Hi, it's August the 14th, 2019. This reading is for our earth signs. That's for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn for the week of August the 14th, 2019 through August the 20th, 2019. And before I pulled cards in my shuffling, just setting my intentions and asking for the energies. What do I need to know? What do I need to let you guys, you earth signs, know? What do you guys need to know? What do you need to learn for this next week? I was guided to pull cards from the Work Your Light Oracle cards by Rebecca Campbell, which I wasn't pulled to do for our fire signs. For fire signs, I went for the Moonology deck, and so pre-shuffle, I just had this feeling I needed to do the Work Your Light cards, and pretty cool that came through, because some of the cards that I pulled from the Rider-Waite Tarot deck and the Numinous Astro deck also had a little bit to do with light workers and kind of being called to service, or finding jumping on a spiritual path, kind of figuring out where we're at. And so for earth signs, I feel like this is important because earth signs are so, just down to earth. We're so 3D. I said we. I'm not an earth sign, although I think I do have a little bit of Virgo characteristics about me at times. Earth is all about your values, your pinnacles, your coins, your materialistic. Now I don't say materialistic, but your materialism, your money, your finances, your security, your home, things like that. So we're really earthy in the read today, guys. Let me jump right into it, and I'm going to start by reading from the book Work Your Light Oracle cards from the guidebook. I have Birthing a New Age. Okay, Birthing a New Age came out, both these cards came out together, or I would just do one. So Birthing New Creations, Dreaming a New World into Being. So what are you guys doing, earth signs? Often our path is exactly the one that we don't feel prepared to walk. Walk it anyway. Often what is rising feels far bigger than we could possibly hold, but a container for it anyways. Or be a container, be a container for it anyway. Often our creations seem to have a wild, uncontrollable consciousness of their own. Birth them anyway. Often what is ours to do is the very thing that most intimidates us. Be courageous and do it anyway. We are birthing a new age. Okay, right now we are in a transition period between ages, in the process of allowing the old cycle to fall away and the new one to rise. Like driving in the fog and trusting the road will appear ahead, we need to release old identities and ways that no longer serve us, using our intuition as a compass. You are a part of a group of souls who have been incarnating at significant periods of history, preparing for this exact time, dreaming a new world into being. Magdalene sisters, daughters of Isis, Essenens, sorry if I mispronounced that, priestesses, witches, mystics, healers, seers, artists, midwives, visionaries, guardians of the earth, and storytellers from the past. It is time to give permission and space for what is beckoning within to be born. We are dreaming a new world into being. It's awesome, guys. Then I also have the Mintakan card. Okay, Mintakan card here. It says, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. So here, the Mintakans are a soul group who originated on a planet in the constellation Orion. They were the first star beings to travel to Earth and believed to be the original light workers. The Mintakans' home planet is thought to have been a water world with water so pure that you could see through it for miles. For this reason, Mintakans feel most at peace at home when in or around crystal clear water. They are here to teach us to see the potential in everything and the light in all beings. Many Mintakans have an odd longing for home and struggle with feeling like they don't belong. It is thought that this is due to their home planet no longer being in existence. If you pulled this card, it could be that you are a Mintakan or longing for a sense of belonging, and root chakra healing is necessary for you to feel secure and safe. Perhaps you feel this longing to find home without knowing where that is. Perhaps you've been moving around a lot and yearn for a place on earth to call your own. If so, you are being called to connect with Mother Earth and create it for yourself now, to choose where you feel most at home and create it, rather than waiting for the feeling of belonging to come. This message really resonates with me in a lot of ways. To go back on the root chakra healing, I've been feeling that as well. Our sacral chakra, root chakra, sense of security, foundations. Do some root chakra meditations, and I've got a really great one, a great guided visualization. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. A guided visualization meditation that I would love to do with you guys. You can purchase it on my booking site. I think it's $30 or $35. We'll do 15-20 minutes. We'll unwind all the chakras. We'll go over some healing great visualized meditation technique there that you guys can do on your own afterwards, and I'm telling you, it works. Okay, so I've been guided to that was cool. These two cards that came out, I just read the book just now as we were going over that, and so that kind of goes along with the messages that I've received so far this week. As far as, I made some notes here, earth signs. Along with fire, it looks like everybody's kind of I don't know if like vacations, it's time, school's starting back up. We're getting focused back on work, I guess. I don't see a whole lot in the area of love, although it's a possibility, earth signs, never gonna say never. So we'll go over the little possibility that I see could be there, and if not, I think your week is revolving around work, and it's probably about that time. It sounds like things should. One thing I like to just throw out there: earth signs are very grounded. We're very we're very grounded. We tend to really value our structure, our stability. Things in this grounded here. It looks like there's a call to be of service. Light workers. There's a push and pull here dynamic between ego and emotions, so we're being guided, it looks like, either at work by possibly someone who is a spiritual person. Maybe you work for a religious leader, a church, or a volunteer program, and you're being guided by a spiritual leader or someone who is very spiritual, or you yourself are finding this inner calling to be of service, or to find the value for the services that your work is providing in a higher, using a different perspective, a different, you found purpose for your life, and you really want to incorporate that into your work or work situation, work projects. So that's what I've got for you. From the Numinous Astro deck here, we have the 12th house, surrender. Okay, the 12th house is the house of Pisces, earth signs. You could be dealing with the Pisces. You definitely are dealing in the 12th house, which is your subconscious. It's your instincts. It's your intuition. It's dealing with all things hidden, mysticism, things of that nature. So this is kind of where, card says surrender. It's kind of like you're being called, and you felt this, I feel like this has been happening, and you're already in a kind of an awareness where where at least the people surrounding you are they've incorporated this into the workflow, into the projects, into it's become a part of your life, and you're getting the guidance there to do so as well, is really how I see this. Let's see, we have Cancer here, the doula, okay, feeling, sympathetic, comforting, nostalgic, protective, intuitive, birthing. That's another water sign. Could be dealing with water signs. We have Leo, the lover here, expressive, creative, loving, playful, warm, overt, self-confident, flirtatious. And then we have the North Node here, which represents our destiny. It's our soul school, learning curve, fulfillment, purpose, maturing, experience, fruition. The North Star, process development, practice, path, beaconing, blossoming. So I feel like at work, I feel like this is a work situation, definitely, as well as what I'll go ahead and pull these with the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. We have the Page of Wands here, so there's some inspiration, ideas. We have the Knight of Pentacles, hardworking, productivity, conservatism. We have the Five of Coins here. We'll go over this one. Let's see. We have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is independent, unbiased judgment. We have the Justice card, cause and effect, fairness, just overall justice of a situation. We have the Seven of Coins here. You're looking at the situation from a long-term view, the sustainability, perseverance here. We have the Four of Coins, which is all about saving, holding back. It's about your security, control. We have the Judgment card here, which is kind of just your inner calling, a rebirth, receiving the wake-up call. Okay, so we have some major arcana. We have the Justice and the Judgment. We have here for anyone who could be dealing with a love situation, from the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor, I pulled a man holding a coin. So I feel like this could represent someone that you work with. This could be a person of wealth, someone that someone who's wealthy, or a man at work who's a romantic has a romantic, you got your romantic eye on him. Okay, that person, if we're talking about romance, could also could be a Leo, Cancer, Pisces, Libra, or another earth sign. Okay, we're really earthy here, really earthy. So what I feel like is that this has to do with really balancing out the earth and the spiritual thing. So if it is that you're dealing with someone at work who is this Queen of Swords type energy, someone who is very independent, assertive, provides you with that direct communication, just very, very direct. Or this is you, and you're dealing with someone who is more of a, spiritual person, someone who may be on that path. I feel like, or, incorporating those ideas, if it's yourself and you're trying to incorporate that at work. I feel like the only problem that you may run into this week is between Leo and Cancer, or let's say ego and emotions. It's going to be between your logic and your feelings. The push and pull within. What can I reasonably, how can I make this work situation work for me? If I'm the spiritual person and I'm dealing with someone who is just completely, rational and logical, and they're my boss, I'm gonna have to be pretty creative, or have that self-confidence about me, have my ducks in a row, to be able to present this to that person who's my leader, who I want to, kind of, maybe if I'm trying to sway their opinion on a method of, I don't know, how we're training our other employees, or what the message that we're trying to get off to our clients is, like trying to create more of a purpose, a sense of, just a sense of service for the product, or the offering, the services, whatever it is, that we're offering to our out to our clients, to the world at large. If I'm that spiritual person having to advise, or trying to talk to someone who is always in their rational, logical thinking mind, you've got to be creative at how you're going to do that. You've got to come up with numbers, a plan. It's got to be a very well developed thing. And you may not even want to bring up the spiritualism part of it. This is a true, I feel like this is something, you're being this is an inner calling. It's not necessarily that you have to go advertise this to the world. And in a work situation, which I really feel like there is, because there's not much feelings here, you're not in your feels. It's more, just this inner guidance that you're receiving. So there's that situation. Or if you're on the opposite end, if you're someone who is, very earthy, if you're the earthy, person, and you're not spiritual, or, you're that rational person who really has been, I don't know, having a difficult time with a spiritual path, or incorporating how, I don't know, maybe with the being an earth sign and into material possessions. I'm not saying that you earth signs are not spiritual people, but maybe this has been kind of a hard thing for your ego, for your I don't know, self-worth, your self-confidence. Maybe that's a good way of putting it, because I'm new at this, and I am going through really big bouts of, I don't want to say like self-doubt, but because I know I have a skill, I know I've got, some things to bring to the table, but it's just the newness of it. It's that self-confidence that we all wish we had. And especially earth signs, you guys are assertive. You guys, just, wow, down to earth, assertive, direct, just secure, financial, all of those things. I feel like this next week may throw you for a loop if you're not really looking, from both angles, approaching the situation at work or at home. What this could be, you could be dealing with someone at home who is totally the opposite of what you are. And, I don't know, it could be, you run your business with your wife, your significant other. I kind of did this with the fire signs as well. It looks like we're incorporating, if we're doing anything here, we're incorporating love and work this week, guys. Same with the fire signs. It's not really, this isn't geared towards a love life. And if it is, then, it doesn't really look like love. Love is the focus. It looks like it's this, how to maintain spirituality, and, in the 3D, some relationships, some people require, very routine, healthy spiritual practices. Our jobs take up a lot of time. This, what we're here, working, making money, dealing with kids and those kind of scenarios, that takes up a lot of time. So be careful not to wear yourself thin. Let me just see, okay, if there's any, if I have any, okay, the only areas that I really would say to watch out for this week are to don't be so tough on yourself. Don't get in that lack mindset. Stay away from isolating and worrying. Very little is within our control here, and we just got to kind of go with our inner guidance. Just have belief in yourself. Maintain that belief in yourself. This Page of Wands is very full of inspiration and ideas, but it's also an energy of self-limiting beliefs. So don't limit yourself. Expand your perspective. Just really do your best to get along with these diverse energies that you're going to be dealing with. It's spiritual and it's earthy. So, how can you use that to your advantage this next week so that, your work flow is great, with the Justice and Judgment here, got a calling and could be dealing with some karma, and just throwing that out there. So I just say, as long as you're being your true best self, making, best decisions for yourself in the moment, and, as far as, employer and home and all of that, I don't see any, huge clashes here. Stay away from the limiting self doubts, limiting self beliefs, and stay out of ego. Stay out of emotions too. That when emotions and ego run high, that's just chaos. Crazy chaos. What I was gonna say. So, anyways, looks like that's it for you guys, Earth signs. I appreciate you joining me. Thanks.